Y'all see the shit that I go through for you guys? Your goal shouldn't be weight loss. Your goal should be to set the conditions and build the conditions so that weight loss can occur. Now, what do I mean by this? There's two concepts that I want you to get familiar with. The first concept is outcome-based identities, and the second concept is identity-based outcomes. So what an outcome-based identity is, it's you basically saying, hey, when I lose weight, I'm going to be happy. When I make money, I'm going to be, peaceful. When something happens, that's when I will take on the identity of that person that I want to be. So the problem with that is that you're waiting for something to happen you think is gonna give you a positive result. And that's just not how the way that this game works. And really what's gonna happen is you're gonna keep on delaying your reason to be happy to base on that outcome that you're waiting for. So you're gonna sit there, and while you're waiting to get into the best shape of your life, you're gonna hate every single day, because you're gonna be like, man, like if my delts get a little bit bigger, if I just lose a little bit more weight, if I do this, and this, I'm gonna be happy then. Well, how is that gonna help you today? That's a serious and honest question. How is that gonna help you today? If you're waiting for happiness on the other side of a bridge that you haven't crossed yet, you're not gonna be happy crossing it. And so the way that you reframe this in your mind is you don't wait to be happy based on an outcome that you're waiting for. You become happy through gratitude and through understanding that my identity is what's gonna give me the outcome that I want. And so the way that I framed this in my mind when I was, on my weight loss journey, and I still am on my weight loss journey. Like, I think if you look back on my previous videos, I still got quite a bit of weight to lose before I'm really happy with where I am. But when you operate from an identity-based outcome, you tell yourself, look, I'm already a person that's disciplined. I'm already a person that gets up, takes action, does what needs to be done, empties the energy clip, all those good things. And the outcome happens as a byproduct of you having that identity. Now, in the beginning, it's tough. And for me, it's been very difficult, right? Because you wake up and you're like, man, I'm so out of shape. Day one of my diet or me training or exercising or whatever. And you can't quite understand that you can be that person. And so the first kind of step of this is having that delusional mindset that, you know what, I may be out of shape, but I'm already disciplined. I'll take action. I'll get it done. I'll do what needs to be done. And so when you operate from a place where you convince yourself, and it's kind of gaslighting in the beginning, right, until you build that trust and confidence with yourself. But when you operate from a place where your identity is set, the outcome will happen naturally. So when I say your goal shouldn't be weight loss, it should be building the conditions where weight loss can occur. That's exactly what I mean, right? And for me, that was the biggest shift in this journey for me, was operating from that place. Again, my lore, if that's what you want to call it, is I've lost weight twice now, lost 50 plus pounds twice in my life now. And the first time that I lost it, I hated every single second of it, because I was waiting to be happy. I was waiting to get to my goal, and then I would allow myself to feel the joy and the peace that came with reaching that goal. And what happened was, when I got really close, I started to get complacent because I thought, the job was finished. And eventually that weight just bounced back. This time around, I'm operating from a place where I'm already that person. I'm already the guy that's lost 100 pounds. I'm already the guy that's, 10, 12% body fat. It's just a matter of time that the outcome meets my new identity. What's happening now with me, at least, is the day-to-day grind of actually getting up, going to the gym, having my meals, making sure I'm on track, and all that stuff that you need to do. It's effortless. It's completely effortless, because in my mind, that's already that's who I already am. I don't need to force it. I don't need to, sit there and count my macros, or sit there and just begrudgingly be like, damn, like I can't have McDonald's, I can't have ice cream. No. I can have those things if I want them, but do I really want them? It's an identity question. And the way that you need to reframe it again in your mind is, you are already the person that you want to be, and you know what that person needs to do. And another concept that I want you to keep in mind, and I want you to think about, is the idea of asking yourself this one question. This one question, I guarantee you, will help you lose 20, 30 pounds easily. And the question is very simple. There is a version of me 2 years down the line that has achieved all the goals and all the things that I want today. What is that person doing? Or what did that person do on their journey to get there? You ask yourself this question, you write down that list. So for me, it was like, all right, well, the person that I want to be 2 years from now is training every day. Their diet is 80% clean. They feel grateful. They feel filled with purpose, and so on and so forth. And I wrote those things down. I was like, all right, that's my starting point. That's where I need to go. And so now the way that it's been reframed in my mind is, I do not care about the weight that I lose. In fact, I don't train or eat for weight loss. I really don't. I do it because that's just what I do. That's just part of my day. That's just who I am. And the weight loss will be a byproduct of getting that done and of, going through the day to day. So especially this last 2 months, like I've thought very little about my training, about my diet, because it's just who I am now. I wake up between 3:45 and 4:15 every single morning. I go to the gym. I give it all I can in those sessions. I come home, I slam my protein shake, I fast throughout the day, and then I have a giant meal when I go home from work. And there's no resistance. There is no resistance at all. Because again, it comes from identity. And I have been the person that has tried to lose weight a dozen times. And I've never been able to do it because, again, I was waiting for the outcome. I was not giving myself permission to be proud of myself or to be happy or to be content with myself until I got to the outcome. So it leaves you in this weird position where you're working every day towards a goal, but every time that you have a setback, it just blocks your mental. Like you just become so depressed and so anxious, and you're like, man, like, is this really working? And that's where the self-doubt and all the negative thought patterns start to creep in, is from that place of like, man, I'm not really making progress. Am I making progress? What's going on here? I haven't lost weight for this week, for that week. And it's because you're operating from an outcome-based identity. You're not allowing yourself to step into the new version of who you want to be until you reach the outcome. What I'm saying is flip it. You are already that person. If you're watching this video right now, and if you have made that step in your mind, and you've made that decision that you want to become a person who's in shape, not for yourself, but for your family, for your loved ones, for the people that rely on you and count on you, then you've already made it. It's just a matter of time that everything else catches up to you, but you've already made it. There's no reason to sit here and to feel discouraged or feel upset, because you've already made it. You've made that decision. Your identity has already shifted. It's only a matter of time that now you're going to be able to step into that new version of yourself. Because it's going to take it's going to take a little bit of time to get there. But there's no point in not being proud of yourself, or not being content with yourself, or not being honest and truthful with yourself if you're waiting to get to that point. And so that's my message to you guys today. And if you've got into this end of this video, I want to thank you. But again, the two messages I want to leave with you here is, ask yourself who you are 2 years down the line. Write out what that person did and what that person is doing, and do those things. And the second thing is, operate from a place where your identity determines your outcome, not your outcomes determining your identity. Thank you.